Hi, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to Turn Back Time 2024. I was trying to work out how long it's been since my 60-day challenge to lose 20 pounds and eat in perfect balance ended. It's been 2 months, roughly, give or take a few days. So I'm back because it's time to get the job done. I'm now sitting at 160 pounds and I want to be about 130 pounds. 160 pounds is 11.5 stone, so that's far too heavy. I need to be about 9 stone in my mind, which I always was in my 20s. If you remember, I started at 192.6 pounds, so I'm over 30 pounds down already. But when I finished the 60-day podcast series, I worked so hard to complete the book that I didn't sleep properly. I certainly didn't drink enough. I did try to hang on to eating in balance, but then I got dragged out to go to restaurants by friends who'd been waiting all that time. Entertaining others also meant that I couldn't exercise regularly like I was before. But one very important thing you might like to know is, even when I felt I was off the wagon, my weight did not go up. That 80-20 rule where you can eat out of balance for a few meals or a few days and not suffer is true. The body is clean enough to handle the sudden influx of acid and move it through. I started a Patreon group to help people source perfectly balanced recipes because they're hard to come by, which of course meant I had to come up with all those recipes and cook them. So I've been eating better than I ever have before, I think. Almost a different meal or a different snack at every sitting. At some point, I will release it into a cookbook of easily balanced meals, but there's a steady stream available over on the Patreon group, which is called Turn Back Time 2024, if you want to. My diet still includes cakes and chocolate, as much as I could ever want to eat. I will always have a wildly sweet tooth. I don't think there's a chance of that going away at all. But I can assuage it with natural whole foods. Health-wise, over the past 2 months, I've had no pain, no inflammation. I just feel light, and I look light too. I've gone through 3 iterations of clothes in these past 3 months within just a couple of weeks of starting the 60-day diet. I was back in all my too tight clothes that I'd stuffed in bags under the bed. But then I had other clothes. I had drawers full of clothes that I'd grown out of, grown too big for. Every week I was able to reintegrate more and more of these clothes back into my wardrobe. And now I'm out of even my smallest shorts, out of the shorts that I was wearing 10 years ago. They're just hanging on me now. Confidence-wise, I don't think there's anything better than doing this really, especially at this age. To not be aware of rolling fat handles around my waist, or to not feel the fat on my arms waggling, to not feel clothes stretched taut across my middle, it's just such a good feeling. I'm literally shimmying inside my clothes. There's still some to go, the reason for the let's get this done follow-up. There's still a bit of slack. I don't want any slack. I want to go back 20 years and not 10. So let's do it. A few people have said this eating plan doesn't work for me, or I'm allergic to nutrients in fruit and vegetables, or my body doesn't handle foods like someone else's body. And I just smile. I don't know where this information is coming from, probably from the medical profession. But my body is exactly the same as your body, as anyone's body. Human beings are a biological machine. They react exactly the same way to everything, unless they've been corrupted. If we've eaten too much of one food, we might have to stop for a while to allow the body to clear the buildup. But then we can reintroduce it again. Intolerances can be healed that way. Allergies might also be healed by changing the entire way that we're eating, but that's for each individual person to find out. The key to perfect fueling of the human body is the perfect balance of macronutrients. I know I've been banging on about it and you know that by now, but the body needs all 3, just like a car needs water, oil and fuel. If you restrict one or other of them, you force your body to compensate. Don't do that. If you're restricting intake of balanced nutrition, you're also forcing your body to compensate, to use its survival mechanisms. You don't need to restrict nutrition to heal and lose weight. I'm going to prove that again. I'm not setting a time goal this time around. I'm setting a weight goal. I'll do a weekly podcast until I hit 130 pounds, just to prove it's possible post-menopause to go that low. It'll be the same weight loss all over again. Another 30 pounds off, which will make 60 pounds off in total within 6 months. You can tell I'm confident now, but I am. So I'm off to eat like a gourmet tester. And if you want any recipes, you know where to find them. Either come back each week to see if I'm achieving it. I hope I do. And then let's just get this done.